totally disengaged with the society. They really lost track of the society. They got no chance to, find money for themselves, for their children, and they want to go and back. Like for example, this very personal issue of Afiq, the filmmakers. So how can you expect a person, this is his own story, and Video Film Fest, we are not going to, okay, you got to talk about this, you can. We let the filmmakers to make their own film, and we think that we should voice up for the voiceless, especially here. We have the woman here, the gender.
Should the director could have interviewed the people from the Jabatan Agama Islam or the CON, just to get their views, and they would say that, oh, we are just following the procedure and blah blah blah, and highlight the kind of procedure that they have, how long the women have got to wait before they will go to trial, and they will call the men like Sdr times and they never appear, and it's alright, you have to wait a little bit longer, maybe if they highlight on the enforcement, the judiciary system, then they will be...
Actually, filmmakers try to make appointment to go for this one. Are you sure they are rejected? So it's...
because they don't want to talk
yes,
about
they don't want to talk about the issue.
Yeah.
They don't want to address the so-called bureaucracy system itself, and they don't want to talk about the stupid system where you require a lot of documents, you need this and that.
Because the system doesn't help women at all.
Yes, yes.
It gives more, it actually makes women suffer to go to the court. Because a friend of mine went through the hell, because she had got to start looking for receipt from donkey years for what the husband spent on, what the family spent on. You don't get receipt that you buy sugar, but you need to provide, otherwise it's not valid. So the system doesn't support at all.
It's very troublesome in this sense. So any other comments? Ada ke? Cakap lah, tengok macam ni. Yeah.
I guess this is what we discussed in the class the other day, and this is part and parcel of this the whole context of patriarchal system that exists in society that gives so-called empowers more men rather than women. In that particular context, basically we can argue that there is no place for women to actually voice out their concern. There is no place for women to have their rights, again express themselves, within a system that is so dominating, that is so very much, siding towards so-called, men in society. And I guess this is how women, in general, are being represented in our society. Yeah. Apart from the stigma, they're being stigmatized, they're being ridiculed, they're being mocked at, even at the level of popular culture. Yeah. Women are being ridiculed, women are being mocked at, as part and parcel of this so-called, ideological discourse that is reflective of what is, actually happened to women in real life. Yeah. So we can't run away from that system, basically. And so what can we do? Yeah. So that is the next question. How can we do? What can we do to actually change that system? And that, requires, I don't know, it's difficult to answer and frustrating as well.
So the first way we think is to speak for the voiceless. So we help them to speak up, at least, when we can discuss about it. So we have the documentary, when we start to discuss about it, then we leave this the way that we can deliver about the message, and we slowly, think about it, and it is something we can address about, and maybe we can make some changes on it. So, stigma, discrimination.
Satu soalan, kita tengok dia fokusnya kebanyakan pada belia woman. Okay. Mungkin daripada Afiq itu sendiri dia pun seorang Melayu, dan kisah rumah dia relate. Tapi permasalahan ini, apakah skopnya hanya melibatkan orang Melayu ataupun semua bangsa lain pun menghadapi permasalahan yang sama?
Kenapa dia tak ada
dari sudut sistem ini?
This film itself is actually produced, as you have address seperti yang dikatakan oleh Namron. So cerita ni dihasilkan oleh Afiq sendiri. So cerita dia memang mengenai mak dia sendiri. So we cannot control. Okay, you go and shoot something about the Chinese, shoot something about the Indian or the others. So we couldn't control in this sense. So we also believe, yes, this is always the truth. In Malaysia itself, in every 15 minutes, which I read a few days ago in Filem Malaysia today, in 15 minutes we have a divorce case. It's very drastic. 15 minutes, we have one divorce case. So it is not about Muslim, it's not about Malay, but it's about the cases, the family system in ourselves. It's not about anyone. It's not about particular race or particular religion. It's about the system. There's satu society macam tu.
Yeah, true. But it is more challenging for the Muslim women because we've got to go through the Sharia court, and the non-Muslim only go through the civil court. So for what you call it, Muslim women ada dua step yang berbeza, and it is not helping at all, especially the one at the Sharia court.
And double the red tape.
Yes.
And that's where the discrimination happens.
So this is one of the effort itself, where like cis sister in Islam is trying to get family court. It should be something where general, everyone should go there. No need to think, okay, you are Christian, you are Islam or something. Then you all just go to the family court and let the court decide itself. This is what one of the example where one of the NGOs doing.
I think what Namron is trying to say here is basically, okay, the subject matter of divorce is actually universal. Yeah, it doesn't really exclusively happen to just Malay. So it would be better if this particular firm would have addressed that issue, incorporate other ethnic groups, because the subject matter is the same, but the problems that these people are facing might be slightly different, and then we could learn from each other. Yeah?
Because it would be dangerous. Of course, the experience is similar, but it would be dangerous to universalize from the specific Malay case to others. Yeah. I mean, the basic things are similar, but it would be very dangerous to just say, oh, Malay, so every.
Sebab kadang-kadang macam kita pun nak tahu juga macam kaum Cina apa proses perceraiannya, tuntutan nafkahnya,
kita tak boleh assume semua sama, even though there are very strong similarities.
We are not trying to generalize. In terms of like stigma or this kind of thing is somehow.
Betul, tapi from my interview on single mothers, the non-Malay yang cakap is easier on them in the sense that they don't have to go to Sharia court. They said that for single mother, Muslim single mother is lagi susah. That's how they differentiate. So tapi sama juga lah.
There must be something wrong with our Sharia system.
But of course.
Not just something, a lot of things actually. So the moral of the story?
Goes without saying.
Yes.
I'm going to take the courage to break the silence from the audience. Okay. It takes me long to raise my hand. I want to say, I want to give credit to the whole day. I mean, the whole day of the Filem Fest. It actually raised at least awareness of people against certain issues of things. Okay, there are things that we are aware every day. We didn't know about this problem, so this is something that I must give credit to you guys. Okay, and also for the filmmaker. It's like if you do not talk about Huruf J, okay. I might think that female wouldn't have any problem at all after divorcing. Okay, and like what you guys discussing just now about Islam women's after divorce. Okay, there is a huge problem because of the religions and because of the things is very complicated. And I do agree that within the religion there are problems with our system because our law is actually overlapping with the typical civil and common law within the non-Muslim and Muslim. Okay, but I read through some articles regarding there's an Indian family and the husband actually convert into Islam without notifying the other counterpart, and he actually converted his son to one of his son's religion into Islam as well. So what is the rights for the women at that point? I mean, this is another story about it. So this kind of things actually raise awareness to people about things that maybe for them is tiny little matters. Okay. So this is my opinion.
Yeah, thank you for your comment. Yeah, it's something very personal where we seldom talk about. Are you going to go out and Mark, are you going to bercerai? Are you going to talk about this? Are you going to talk about my parents just divorced? We are not going to talk about this kind of issue out loud to others. So this is where we believe film itself play a role in this sense, where we can talk about it with others, we have discussion about it, and we try to search for maybe some solution or something. We try to speak for the voiceless or something that we try to help in this sense. So any other comment on Huruf J, or else we will just go on with the
I think that's one last question.
First point, why can't we hear from the son himself? Where is his voice as the anak whose status doesn't change? So I'm thinking, where is the anak? I mean, we have DJ and rest of the day. Yeah. One more is why, because we're watching about Muslim community, why if sorry, I'm insensitive. If Muslim men can marry 4 wives, polygamy, why can't we do so? I mean, why must they undergo divorce and all that? I mean, if he's that wealthy, he can have another wife, and yeah. But I know it's about fairness. Like you have to love all wives equally, and that is another story whether he can do it or not. But I would like to refer this to the Obedient Wives Club. They are very, I can say very aggressive. I don't think they suggest divorce, but they want women to perform as first-class prostitutes so that they can satisfy their men and in every senses and all that, in every aspect, so that the divorce thing won't happen, correct? Or he will love her more, and they also actually accept him to marry other women to be their sisters, and they can have a very big family and all that. So I'm thinking in the Malay community, if the guy can marry other women as wives, I don't know, if he's that wealthy, why must he let his very first wife suffer? Yeah, and I would like to hear from himself, if possible.
So this film itself is actually talk about the suffering of the children. Afiq himself, like he don't want to talk to his mother for 3 years, and for his personal reason, he don't want to talk. It's something quite personal for himself actually. So he tried to speak up for himself as a children who suffer from the divorce. And for responding to Obedient Wife Club, yes, it's somehow very funny that this club put the very first lamp towards the wife, the woman, and they believe women should perform well in order to satisfy the husband and everything. Which, sometimes when like people like Ibrahim Ali, when we then talk about him, where we can actually ignore them. This kind of person, it's like when the media try to highlight things like this, then we know what's happening. But yeah, it's up to us to judge. If the thing is that couldn't suit to your standards, just ignore me.
There's no that disease, like Parkinson actually. I mean, domestic violence and all that. The man can abuse his wife if she doesn't perform, or she's not available from him, I mean, like, she's not fit to perform that when he meets him, So.
That's why we believe rights should be equal in terms of ladies and guy, man, and women. Yeah. We shouldn't be in this reason to abuse.
Yeah.
No, just saying, pardon my language, but the overseas loads of bollocks. But I mean, the thing is that it's weird how they always do. It's always the responsibility of the woman to satisfy the husband. It's like yeah, first class positive indeed. You know, like for instance, Bart said that money is good because you can pay for sex. You don't have to worry about whether your partner is enjoying it. That's basically what they're trying to say. Don't worry whether you enjoy it just because your husband is paying the bills. Make sure he enjoys it. Which is shit. By my language, right?
Yeah, I think this discussion going a bit out of track.
Yeah.
We're discussing about
Family life.
yeah, we're not discussing about family life, we're discussing about polygamy, discussing about gender. Okay, the thing is, to be clear, I think everyone should. Yeah, I just want to mention especially probably Indian white club or whatever that we try really is not representing any majority. They're not representing. They just
Yeah, I'm not saying they represent majority. I'm just saying they.
So I think it's totally useless for us to think about few of them. So my concern about this club, because for me it's very one-sided. It's very one-sided. Because even try to talk about J and D, but actually women, they use a woman's voice to talk. The women, they use a woman's thinking. Okay? Makcik-makcik tu yang sebut tentang tujuh mereka. Okay? Which is not fair for me. Even for this discussion, macam mana kita nak ada satu discussion yang fair kalau kita tak dengar ada dia decide. Okay? So, I think this film quite biased. Kan? Dia cakap, oh suami dia kejap bagi 500, kejap 300, kan? Kejap ada, kejap lari. Tapi kita tak ada peluang untuk dia untuk beritahu apa masalah dia. Kan?
I think I've mentioned this. Yeah, a lot of people feel that it's biased in this, but our concern here shouldn't be biased or talk about men or women. But we are trying to speak up for the voices, which are the women here who suffer most of the time. We didn't ignore the fact that there are people who are suffering from this, but this film is made by Afiq, who want to talk about his mother, his mother who suffered quite a lot throughout this process.
I think to be fair to the filmmaker, there's one thing that we have to realize that most of the time filmmakers will do things that is close to their heart. Namron, right?
Yeah.
You know, it is a matter of choice. When you say, when we argue that basically it's a matter of choice, it is basically involves a lot of subjectivity. Yeah, there's nothing objective about this thing. Yeah, we have to agree to that. You know? It's the filmmaker's subjectivity. If I were to make film, then I will do something that is close to my heart as well. And something that that will actually reflect my kind of thinking, my kind of idea, my kind of ideal.
So I think it should not be objective to say that it's not biased.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not biased. What I'm saying is just basically we should take it as it is because it's a matter of subjectivity. Films is not about objectivity. There's nothing right or wrong in representing values, norms, customs. Can we talk about this lot of
Can we talk about Lama? Any comments about the film? Okay lah. Lok Maaf is basically what to speak.